All right, moving to question number 7. This question is a little different than the one we've had before because now it's not going to use the goodwill method, it's just a bonus. So the difference between the two is there's no revaluation. So we've got partner B at 110, we've got partner N at 40, and that's a 70% to 30% relationship. And then we got new person coming in at adding 50. So the total is going to be now 200. And what the bonus method does, it simply takes the total book value of capital when everything's added together and allocates it according to everybody's percentage. So K is going to be at 30% when we're done. That's the new amount. So that means that these guys have to be adjusted in order for the total, which is here, the 200, to equal 30% for K, and then get everybody else in line after K is entered into. And the way that'll work is the following. It's almost like just making a journal entry. We're basically doing the following. Cash is coming in at 50, and we know that K's got to get up to a 60% of 200, or rather 60K, that represents 30% of 200. That's what their capital count must be. So B and N now have to be adjusted for this journal entry in order to make it balance. And you begin to see that the way I started it is that B and N are going to need to be, their capital counts are going to need to have debits to them. And so to make it work out, we've got to, this is what the bonus method does. It just doesn't revalue, just takes whatever we got, makes the new person or the old person or whoever we got to adjust at what they have to be, which is 60K for their capital, representing 30% of the 200, and so we'll adjust everybody else. So in this case, we'll adjust these guys by the amount of the percentages they had before K entered, 7-to-3 ratio, 70 to 30, so N's capital count comes down by 3. So if they were at 40, they come down by 3 to 37K. That's the answer for that question, 37K. All right, so let's do one more. Let's do number 8 together. This is one more goodwill method, so we can see the goodwill once again in action. Here we've got B, we got C, and we're going to enter in a new partner, L. L is going to come in. In this case, L is actually bringing the money into the partnership, and that's going to be 60K coming in, and they're going to get a 20% interest. So now we have to look at B and C prior to this to see what this all means. 120 and 90, that's what their capital counts were, and that was a ratio of 60 to 40. 60%, 40%, that was the ratio of their ownership prior to bringing L in. So what we do is take a look at the overall big picture, and it's going to look like this. We're going to bring in L, and we're going to have total capital account now of 270. That's going to be the total capital accounts at book. But we need to be at fair value, and fair value is determined by the new guy coming in, L. L's bringing 60 for 20%. Well, we've done this many times before. 60 for 20% means that the fair value of the whole must be 300K. So our difference is 30K. And under the goodwill method, what we do is we book up, we measure, revalue, we book up the existing partners prior to bringing in L, in order that it'll work out that when L comes in, the total now will be 300. So there's going to be a journal entry, and I guess maybe we ought to do it by way of journal entry. Maybe we can see it better that way, which will look like this. So we're going to do a goodwill adjustment, which we know is 30, and we're doing it again for the existing partners before bringing in the new L guy. So it would be B and C, and the ratio is 60-40. So the 60% guy will get 18, and our guy C, which is why we're trying to get at the answer, is 12. So then if that's what his capital count is going to increase by, it's a credit. So his capital count was 90, so now it'll increase by 12, and we're at 102. And that's exactly how this problem works out. Okay, let's do number 9 here. Let's do number 9. This again is the bonus method. So the bonus method means no revaluation. Just take what we got, but rearrange it so that everybody comes out with their right percentages. So let's see what we've got. We've got partner M, got partner R, and then the new person's going to be C. So M is at 210, R is at 140, and the new one comes in at 100. This 100 gets them 20%. So when you take the new total, which is going to be 210, let's see, 210, 140, and 100, I hope that's right, 450 is going to be the new total. And of the 450, 20% is 90. Again, bonus method means we don't revalue, we just work with what we've got and then adjust the capital count so that the numbers represent the percentage that they're supposed to have. So even though C is paying 100 over here, the net result is their capital count should only reflect 90 of the total. That's just the way the bonus method works. So let's do the journal entry. Let's bring in C by bringing in 100,000 in cash, but then making C's capital account 90. Well, we got a $10,000 difference, don't we? So what we're going to have to do is adjust by crediting the capital accounts, in this case, M and R, in their respective ratios, which was 60-40. So 6 goes here, 6,000 goes there, and 4,000 goes there. And if we now look at the choices, we see that choice A has our new guy at 90, which is where they need to be. It has the middle guy, R, at adding 4 to where they were at 140, so they're at 144, which is where they need to, which was where they will go, because that'll be plus 140. Okay, and then finally M was at 210. They're going to add 6, and that'll be 216, and that's answer A. Okay, I'm going to take a look at the next couple. I think can just be sent out through the explanation, better sent out through the explanation of the textbook problem-solving approach, and so I'll get back to you. You'll see the email, obviously, on this after it's done.